What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and I'll be talking about the Bellator card that's actually coming up. I think this Friday, which is interesting. They just did weigh-ins. I just saw the little face-off between Gegard Mousasi and Austin Vanderford. Yeah, Bellator 275. My bad. Yeah, so yeah, man, Mr. Van Zant versus Gegard. Man, this is an awesome, awesome card. Just some quick thoughts. I'm not really gonna do a full card predictions or whatever and this and that, but I do think the card is actually worth a watch. I'm not gonna stream it, but I was just saying, guys should go check it out. I actually think it's gonna be decent. Probably some fights to check out and some UFC level guys that's on the card. Brett Johns is on the card. Zabit's a little. I wouldn't call him UFC level, but Zabit's little brother's on the card. So having those guys on the card and obviously Gegard Mousasi. It's going to be a great, great fight. But just to kind of talk more about the main event, I mean, Austin Vanderford has looked pretty good, man. I mean, wasn't a believer at first, but when I saw the Fabian Edwards fight, and if you guys don't know who Fabian Edwards is, he's obviously, I think, is he Leon's little brother? He's Leon's little big brother, right? Like Fabian's bigger than him. I'm not sure. I don't know who's actually older, but Fabian's really good. I've always been a big fan of Fabian. I just think he doesn't know how to wrestle, but he's actually a really good striker, and I like to watch him fight. And I mean that victory over Fabian really made me a believer in this kid, and I was like, wow. And obviously him and his boys at at ATT, man, him, Johnny Eblin, Amislav, all these guys just working together. American Top Team getting better. Probably the best. Some of the I might not I call them American Tap Team, but those four guys, well, not four guys. I feel like there's who's that other guy that they got that's super jacked? I forgot his name. Oh man, I forgot the kid's name. He's also on works with ATT. He's a part of that little middleweight pack. I totally forgot his name. I'm gonna try to find his name. But yeah, those guys at ATT are fucking cooking something up, man. They are cooking something up. That whole squad is doing good. You've seen what Amislav has accomplished. You've seen what all these guys have been doing over there. They have just been looking amazing. In this fight with Austin Vanderford against Gegard, Gegard's a legend, man. He's a legend of the sport. It's fucking gonna be a motherfucker to beat, but he is beatable. If you remember the King Mo fight, that was crazy. It was just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, Dalton Rasta, I think that's the guy's name. Yeah, Dalton Rasta is another guy that trains in that little middleweight pack. But yeah, like I was saying, Gegard's just a motherfucker to beat, but he has been beat before. King Mo obviously beat him. And then some guys in the UFC were able to beat him. Uriah Hall. I thought that was more of a fluke. But Gegard, he's like, it's kind of. I feel bad for Gegard because he really could have been a UFC world champion in my opinion. He was just a byproduct of you know what I like to call Michael Bisping, the one-eyed bandit. I feel like he was just a byproduct of the one-eyed bandit fucking era. That guy Bisping really destroyed that division, man. I mean, I think Gegard would have fought Weidman in a rematch, would have beat him. I would have loved to see Gegard versus Rockhold. Obviously Rockhold's my boy, and I love Gegard. Gegard's my guy, and I always love to talk about Gegard. And this is not even a Bellator thing. This is a Gegard Mousasi thing. If you're an MMA fan, you go watch Gegard Mousasi, man. He really... do I think he's the best middleweight in the world right now? I don't think so currently. I do think he's coming to the end of his career, man. He's 36 years old. He's not in his prime no more. But in his prime, when he was in the UFC, he left, I think, top 3, top 4. I'm positive he was in that number age, or for the rankings. The guy was a legit dude. He was a top 5 dude that left the UFC. So I feel like, obviously, he's beaten some of the best, and obviously Jacare beat him, right? But people forget they're 1-1. Don't remember that they're 1-1, and obviously has that loss to Lyoto Machida. I think Machida was greasing, but it is what it is. He ended up avenging that loss. But he does have some losses like Rafael Lovato Jr. and certain guys beat him. Certain guys that are really good wrestlers can really, if they can stay on top, they have a really good chance of beating him. And then you saw in his last fight, John Salter who's a really good dude, but he couldn't maintain that wrestling pressure. But he was doing pretty decent. So Austin Vanderford in this matchup has to maintain that pressure. Has to get those get that ground control. And I personally feel like he has to stay on top. He cannot afford to be on the bottom. It's gonna be really bad for him if he gets on bottom. He's gonna get hurt bad. Gegard has serious ground and pound. Has probably underrated BJJ. Really good striking. The guy is one of those dudes that when I like when I talk about a really good MMA fighter and how you should start, I've always thought the guy that did everything at an amateur level that goes into MMA will be a great fighter. Like a guy that has a wrestling background, right? Or, didn't wrestle. You don't have to wrestle at the highest level. You did a little bit of high school wrestling. You did maybe 4 amateur boxing bouts. You did some Muay Thai or kickboxing bouts. You got some no-gi or gi jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I'd prefer no-gi. I think gi doesn't really apply to MMA, but like, so, some gi tournaments under your belt, and then you go into MMA. That's I've always felt, and I feel like Gegard is one of the pioneers of that. He is the definition of a well-rounded fighter. Just look at his fucking record, man. The guy is 48-7-2. You don't see stuff like that. You just don't see stuff like that. The guy's fought at 205, heavyweight, and middleweight. So this is a steep hill for Vanderford to climb, but I think it's a hill that maybe he could do it. But yeah, obviously I gotta pick Gegard here. I'm saying probably. I, I think he's gonna finish Vanderford maybe in the 4th, or it takes him to decision. Can Vanderford get it done? Maybe. Is there some value in him? Maybe. Depends on what the lines are looking, but I don't think they're gonna have Gegard that big of a favorite over him. But yeah, man, it's a great fight. I think Bellator's always a good good card to get some good picks. If you want to go on Tapology, put your Tapology percentage up. You go, pick on Bellator. But yeah, I would say check out Bellator. And that's the thing about my YouTube channel. I want to promote, not just obviously it's more around the UFC, but if there's great fighters, to talk about, I'm gonna talk about them. So Gegard's always been my guy. I feel like in his prime, I think he could beat Adesanya. I think he could beat Whitaker. Those guys, or he could at least compete with those guys. I really do believe that. Maybe he's not a part of their time, you could say. He was more of that Rockhold, Bisping, Weidman kind of era, and I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But Gegard's a great fighter. The dream catcher. I know some people think that's a weak nickname. I always thought that was cool, but yeah, it's always a pleasure to check out Gegard Mousasi. So I hope you guys do check him out fight. He's a legend of the game, one of the best middleweights to never really win a UFC world champion. In my opinion, he's in the same echelon as a Yoel Romero. I like Yoel a little more than him, but still, I think Gegard's a great fighter. So hope you guys do check out that card, and obviously go check out the main event. Brett Johnson's fighting, so I'm always gonna check him out. And yeah, I'm gonna see if Zabit's little brother has a gas tank. So, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go follow me on my Instagram. Go follow me on my Twitter. All those links will be down below in the description box. Subscribe, like, comment, share the video. And I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but I'm just gonna call I guess Bellator 275. Quick thoughts. I'll call it like that. So on the main event and stuff like that. But all right, love y'all and goodbye.